The last letter I found in my son's drawer. It all started on a quiet Tuesday morning. My 7-year-old son Noah had been feeling weak for several weeks. At first, I thought it was just a common flu, something minor, but that morning he couldn't even get out of bed. His pale little face made my heart drop instantly. At the hospital, after several tests, the doctor called us into a quiet room. In a low voice, he said, "Your son has leukemia." And in that moment, my world collapsed. Life quickly became hospital walls, white sheets, and the constant sound of machines. Needles, treatments, and long nights became our everyday life. But Noah, he never complained. One day he held my hand and whispered, "Mom, why do you always cry? I'm still here with you." And those words broke me more than anything else ever could. In the bed next to Noah, there was another boy. His name was Liam. Same age, but very quiet. He barely spoke, and his eyes always looked tired, like he was carrying a fear he couldn't express. One day, Noah looked at me and said, "Mom, he looks so alone. Can I sit with him?" After getting permission from the doctors, they were allowed to spend a little time together each day. And in that short time, everything in that hospital began to change. They couldn't run, they couldn't play outside, so they sat together, drew pictures, and whispered stories like it was the most normal thing in the world. One nurse once said, "These two boys make this hospital feel a little less sad." But 1 month later, Liam's condition suddenly worsened. The doctors told us there wasn't much time left. That night, Noah stayed awake for a long time. He carefully wrote something on a small piece of paper, his hands slightly shaking. I asked him, "What are you writing, sweetheart?" He softly said, "It's for Liam, so he won't be scared." He believed he would give it to him the next morning. But the next morning, we were not allowed near Liam's bed. He had passed away peacefully in his sleep. The hardest moment came when Noah looked at the empty bed and whispered, "Mom, did he forget my letter? Did he leave alone?" I couldn't answer. I just held him tightly and said, "No, sweetheart, he didn't leave alone." But the truth was, Noah never got the chance to give him that letter. It stayed inside his drawer. Weeks later, Noah's condition started getting worse again. One night, he held my hand tightly and said, "Mom, I think Liam is waiting for me. He feels lonely." I cried and said, "No, Noah, please don't leave me." But he smiled softly. A calm, peaceful smile. Like he already understood something I didn't. "If I go, we'll play together again," he said. "Please don't be sad, Mom." That night, Noah passed away peacefully. No fear, no pain, just silence, as if he had gone to keep a promise to his best friend. The next morning, I opened his drawer while packing his things, and there I found it, a folded piece of paper. My hands were shaking as I opened it. It was the letter he never got to give. It said, "Dear Liam, if I go first, don't be scared. I'll wait for you. And if you go first, don't forget me. We'll play again, where there are no needles, no medicine, and no pain. You were my best friend. I'm coming soon." I sat on the floor holding that letter against my chest, crying until I had nothing left. Because I finally understood something. They weren't just patients. They were two small, brave souls who found light in the darkest place imaginable. Even now, when I think of them, I don't think of hospitals or sickness. I think of two innocent smiles who taught me that love doesn't depend on time. And goodbye is not always the end. Maybe somewhere, beyond pain and fear, they are together again, playing like children should.